Hi, Glen Kozak from the New York Racing Association. I take care of the facilities and the racing surfaces at Aqueduct, Belmont, and Saratoga. Was asked to come over to take a look at the new complex, or not new complex, but the new racing surface that's being installed in the track project over here in Sweden. And one of the benefits is not only how it impacts what we do in New York, but at every racetrack you go to, you're able to learn something that's done correctly and tools and implements that are used over there or here to be able to bring back to New York and help horse racing in general. And I think that's the point of this visit, that anything that we do with our winter racing operation for either Belmont or Aqueduct, to have that ability to give those either tools or that experience can certainly help over here, and that's the message. Arrived today this morning and came out to the track and looked at the construction process and looked at where they are with the drainage work, the sub-drainage that's being installed, and also the drainage layers and what's taking place over here. It looks to be all progressing correctly. It looks that the work that's being done to do some remedial work to this racetrack, or certainly the proper steps from a preliminary inspection. We're getting some more details on the materials that are used and further discussions on other areas that could possibly be improved with what we've used and what experience that I have in the jurisdictions that I've worked in the past with either Suffolk Downs in Boston or Pimlico or Laurel in Maryland, and obviously the winter racing in New York. Again, one of the other things to look at is the equipment that's here, as I mentioned earlier, with the tractors, the water trucks that I haven't seen, the harrows, different than what we've used in the States, and a different type of harrow where it's more of an agricultural harrow rather than a track maintenance harrow. So that's one thing that, again, without seeing it work on the track, it's something that, you know, certainly possibly could be improved. The other thing, what we've really stressed upon as far as for equine safety is the maintenance of the tracks and the consistency of the track. So one of the things that I haven't gotten into yet, but just to try and find out, are there daily logs that are kept that show what equipment is used out there, how much water is added? Are they doing salt readings on the tracks to find out how the track freezes, when it freezes, what the salt content is? So if something like that can be simply a little bit of salt added to help maintenance and also provide a better surface for training in the morning, it's something that, and again, it's part of our protocol, which you could recommend for here as well. We do moisture sampling of the tracks in the morning after training. We also use different probes to be able to get moisture content, as well as just baking the cushion to get a moisture level of what the surface is. So again, I haven't gotten into those things yet to get a full understanding of what the maintenance is here, but it's something that we've really stressed on at New York to be able to do it at all three of our tracks. So at any point we can see what the maintenance has been done, meaning how much water was added, what type of harrows were used, whether a float was used on the track. We know what equipment, and we even know who the supervisor was, because let's face it, everybody maintains a racetrack differently. So to be able to see if a track needs moisture, we know we're able to go out with a diagnostic tool and say it's at 11%, we need to put a load of water down. So those are just a couple of the things that I think could be helpful, but again, we'll see what's in place currently.